So the first thing we want to look at now is the canvas setup. So the canvas setup help us to set the size of the page that we're going to be designing on, which is this orange page you're going to be seeing here. For example, if a client was to give you a details of the design she wants you to go do for them, then you will need to know what you're working on. If it is a flyer, if it's a poster or a banner or any other thing, and you need to know the size. So you could just don't come to the app and then start designing. No, you need to know the size of what you'll be designing on. And for us to set the canvas size, what we're going to do is that we're going to go to the three dots icon at the top right of the screen, and we're going to locate where we have the image size. So we tap on the image size, and the size I'm going to be giving this page we're going to be using for the tutorial is 1080 by 1080. Now this size is the size we are going to be using for when we're designing flyers. Yes, this is the size, sorry, 1350. Yeah, 1080 by 1350. So this is the size I usually work on when designing flyers. So we're going to tap on OK, and you see it's kind of to increase more than the previous way. So this is what we're going to be working on right now. So by the end of this video, I'm going to be dropping the size of other things that you need to know for poster, for banner. I'm going to be dropping the size at the description, so make sure you check it. But before that, you have to watch this video. So now I've known the canvas size. Next we want to talk about is the text tool. So now for the text tool, to locate where we can, write any text that we want to write on the app, we have to, if you look at the top, we have a plus button there. So we're going to tap on the plus button, and immediately you tap on it, you can see the text that dropped down, that layers that drop down, you can see text at the top. So we're going to tap on that box there, and immediately tap on it, what you see is new text. So this is the default text that usually come out. So we're not going to work with this, so we're going to tap on the pencil icon there. And once you tap on the pencil icon, another layer drops through. We're going to tap on it again, and then we're going to write anything we want to write. So let's say we want to write is tutorial. So let's write it tutorial. Yeah. So we tap on OK, and then let's drag it at the middle. Yes. So in order for us to make this look more professional or classic, we're going to tap on, okay, what I did is that immediately I tap on the text already, these new functions at the bottom came out. So if I tap on the blank page, you see that they all, no, you cannot see them again. So in order to bring out those functions, you need to tap on the text tool. So now when you tap on it, you locate the A button at the bottom side. So now I've seen it, we can now locate where we have our AB font. Yes, so that's where we can have our AB font there. So we tap on the AB font, and when we tap on the AB fonts, we can see a lot of text fonts, sorry, a lot of fonts. So these are default fonts that usually come with the Pixellab app, and where we have my font is the ones I downloaded on Chrome. This is where I downloaded my fonts. So I'm going to be using my fonts here. I usually use my fonts, so I'm going to be using the one Monster Extra Bold. So now I've given our, okay, this makes sense now. So I've given our tutorial our font. So that's where you need to know where the font is, at the AB font. So now that we've gotten our font, we need to give it our size, because this size looks too big. So in order to do that, you can either use the text tool here, where we have the T size, give it whatever size you want, or you can just drag it anyhow you want to do it. But we're going to be using the size button there. Why? Because I just love using that. So now I've given our text a size, which is size 65. We're going to be working on positioning. Yes, because right now I can tell you that this is not at the middle, so we're going to be working on positioning. And to do that, we're going to, if you look at the other part at the left side of the text, we have what we call relative position. So relative position help us to set it, align it at the center or at the middle of the page. So we're going to tap on it, and we're going to tap on the part where we have the middle. We're going to tap on this, and you can see it's directly at the middle. So it wasn't at the middle before, now it's at the middle. So we can either take this at the left side of the page, or at the right side of the page, or even at the bottom side, which is that, or we can just take it at the middle. So we're going to leave it at this place here, and you see that this is at the bottom side, we don't want it to be there. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to tap on the position button there, and we're going to take it up. We're going to take it up. So rather than just tapping all these buttons, you can just move it yourself. But because you want to be sure that everything is centered, nothing is scattered, you can just use the button. So that's that. So that's what we need to know. And next we need to know about this is stroke, which is like the outline, giving our text an outline. So what we're going to do, we're going to locate the part where we have an outline. Yes, there's it. So we're going to tap on the outline. And when we tap on the outline, we're going to enable, sorry, the stroke. We're going to enable it. So once we enable it, you see that what came out is a black outline. And that makes sense than before. So we can either increase the outline, give it more. Yeah, you can either do something like that. Let's leave it at, let's say, 5. Let's leave it at 6. So we take it here. Now we have it at 6. You can either give the outline different colors that you want to give it. Yeah, you can beautify it in any way you want to do it. So you see, it makes sense any way you want to do it. So let's leave it as red and let's mark that up. So that is what we need to know about giving our text a stroke. Laptop they will call it outline, but in the app you have it as stroke. So that is that you need to know about that. And another thing you need to know about this is shadow, adding a shadow to your text. So when we tap on the shadow box, we're going to enable it, and what we're going to see is that black shadow came out of the tutorial box. Now this shadow, you can either use it in, there's a way you can use it in whatever you want to use it as. You can, so we have our shadow right now. Now we can either change the back color of the shadow to either blue or black or red, whatever color you want to give it, as long as much no your desire is any way you want to put it in. Now another thing that we need to know is that we can also come here and we can reduce, either increase this shadow or we can reduce it. So it is based on what you're working on. Anyway, it's your preferred choice. So the way you see it fit for you, you can work on that. So now we have it at, let's give it as blur it to 20 and let's give it 100% shadow. So this makes sense right now. So we can take this and let's mark that up. So that's what we need to know about our text. Now I'll talk about the font, which is at this part, the AB font. Yes, so we've talked about the font, we've talked about the size, given our text size, we talk about alignment, which is positioning, we talk about stroke, and we've talked about the shadows. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the shape tools. And for us to get the shape tools, we can tap on the bottom part of the app, which is this part, and there we have our default square shape right there. Now we can either take the square shape or we can just tap on the arrow button at this part here, and when we tap on it, you can see different types of shape. We have the circle, we have the triangle, so you can use anyone we want to use, but we're going to be using the square shape right now for this video. So now we have our square shape. Next we want to talk about is giving our square shape some radius right now. So we see that we can either increase the radius of this square shape. Let me take it down to 100. You see that it's like looking like a circle. So you can either increase it or you can reduce it. So that is that for that, and you can also adjust it from here. This will work well when you're using your shape as a footer, where we have stores the information, like say a client number, their social media handles and stuff like that. So this the shape will work better for those type of things. So let me set it here so you can see what I'm talking about. We're using the radius. Let me give it here. Let me take it to 15 and drawing this right now so you can see what I'm talking about. So this works well for the footer of your flyer you're working on or any design you're working on. So now I've given our shape a radius. Next I want to talk about, okay, this is the opacity, and this is just basically reducing or increasing the shape, the transparency of the shape. Yeah, you can also play with that along. Now we also have the color, giving our shape the color, and we can work with, let's give it blue. Let's just work with blue right here. Let's give it blue. So this works well. So we have our color, I've given our shape our color. Next we also want to take note is the stroke, which is the same thing as the outline, like I said. And right now we can, let's increase this, so you can see that there's a black outline coming out from our shape. So that works well. And we can also set the color of our stroke, so whatever we want to set it as, so that is what you need to know about shape. Another thing that you need to know about it is that what I've seen most people make mistake of is this. Let's say they want to adjust their footer, which is this bottom part, this shape, But what they do actually is that they tap on it and they edit it directly from the page itself, which is not supposed to be so. Now you have, if you see now, the way I've adjusted it now, we have spoiled the radius and it's not looking as clean as it was before. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. This spoils design. So what you actually need to do right now, let me undo this. What you actually need to do right now is that when you tap on it, you tap on the edit box there, like where we created the shape. So you tap on that and then you edit it directly from that part. You edit it from there. And once you have edited to whatever you want to edit it, you tap on the mark button. You can see it's maintaining the same radius as it was before. So this works best than doing it directly from this app. So let's take note of that. Now I've worked with our text, I've worked with our shape. So for the colors, all that we need to know is just giving our text or our boxes colors. And how can we do that? We tap on the box icon there, or you can either tap on the text icon, but we'll be working with this. So when we tap on the box icon, we're going to locate where we have the colors. So once we tap on the color, we enable the color. Oh, now we have our outline gone. So enable the color and we can give it any color as we want, like I've told you before. But now we're working with gradients. Let's see how it goes for gradients. So when we tap on the gradient button, what we see are mixtures of colors. So gradient contains mixture of two or more colors. So you can have 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 colors. And so we also have, you can either have it as this or either this, any way you want to have it. But if you want to create one of your own like, then you can tap on the plus button there. And once we tap on the button, this page appears. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to tap on this button here. I want to tap on this button here, which is this one. So when I tap on this, we're going to tap on the paintbrush, which is at the bottom of it. I want to tap on the paintbrush. This is where we can now start editing the way we want to edit it. Right, so we tap on it any way we want to have it, and then we can either make it darkish, more dark, or we can make it more light. So let's take it to more light. All right, so we tap on OK and you see the way it came out. So this is cool. So we tap on the other button here, which is this one, and let's give it another color, which is, let's say, green, but this time let's make it more dark, and we tap on OK. So you see the way it come out. So the gradient you can use anything just to beautify your work more. So we tap on OK and that came out well. So these are it comes out. Now another thing you need to talk of right now is importing images. And to import images, we're going to tap on the import button at this bottom part right here. And once we tap on the import button, we have varieties of images that are stored in our phone storage, and we can choose any one that we want to choose. Let's see. Let's choose. Okay, I don't want to waste time choosing something. Okay, let's use this. So we're going to mark that. So we have our image already. So now we have import our images. So one thing you need to take note of is that the tutorial now that we created is at the back of this image, and we don't want that to be. We want to see the text too. So in order to do that, we're going to tap on this layer button at this part here. Now once we tap on the layer button, what we're going to do is that we're going to take this image, take it at the bottom part of where we have the tutorial, and now you can see that we have our tutorial at the front right now. So we can either adjust it any way you want to adjust it. So now we have our tutorial at the front, so we're going to tap on that. Now you can also import another thing, anything you're going to be using. Let's say let me import this. Yeah, there's one thing I also need to tell you about. So let me tap on this Instagram icon that we have here. Let me tap on that and let me mark that. So one thing you need to take note of is that you can always sometimes erase the background of the object that you're going to work with, like this Instagram background. What we can do is that we can scroll to where we have the erase color, and we're going to tap on the erase color, and we're going to enable it. And once we enable it, you see that the right background in it has vanished. So we can just increase the tolerance to make sure that there's no traces of white colors in it. Now this type of erase color only works for backgrounds that are black or white, and we don't have anything like images, someone face on the background. That works well. And to see what I'm talking about, let's tap on this image of this one and let's erase the color. And once we erase the color, you can see that it doesn't 100% erase the thing that we want it to erase. So this only works for images that has white or black background. You can't use it for any image that has different background or other has real human faces on it. It won't work. You have to use another erasing app to erase the background. And let's give this white so it would look as if we're not looking at it. Well, let's give it white or red. So that makes cool. That makes sense. So this is what we need to know right now on Pixellab. These are the basics you need to know right now. It's not really hard. Though I know I'm not going to be using this for the tutorial. I just want you to see what the basics I've been using for my design. We're going to actually do a quick design on something, but I just want you to get idea of the things that you'll be working with or I'll be working with right now. Now we have this. What we need to do is that we need to export. So how do we export? If you look at the top of the app, we have what we see as the save button there. So we're going to tap on that save button, this part, and what we're going to do, we're going to save it as image. So I'm going to tap on the save as image. What we see is that we have our image format and we have our quality. Now for the image format, we're going to leave it as JPEG. Right now we're going to leave it as JPEG, and we have PNG and we have JPEG, but we're going to leave it as JPEG. For the quality, we're going to take this from custom to ultra. Yes, this will make our image to appear very, very sharp. And now once we've done that, we'll save it as JPEG and quality. We're going to press save to gallery. And once that's saved to gallery, it says image saved. So we're going to scroll to where we have our gallery to check it out. Okay, all right. So here we see it. This is what we have done. And like I said, to show that if we save it as JPEG and Ultra, it will very sharp. If we zoom in, we can see that the tutorial is still appearing sharp and the rest of it all. So that's what we need to know about that. So now we've talked about export, the import, the shapes to text to, and the canvas setup. Let's do a quick design so we can get the whole of what we've been talking about.